Joe Maddon is great. The record under Joe Maddon with the Angels, not so much. 2 games under 500. And my goodness, the difference 2 weeks can make in a baseball season. We thought the Angels were one of the top 3 teams in the American League 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And a 12-game losing streak, and boom, Joe Maddon is no longer the manager.
I'll tell you what, though. If I'm an Angel fan, if I'm a baseball fan, I'm thanking Joe Maddon tonight for Shohei Ohtani. If Joe Maddon doesn't go to the Angels, we do not see what we've seen the last 2 years. Because he took the governors off him and said, no, you're going to hit and you're going to pitch.
You're going to do whatever you want to do.
You're going to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
We should be thanking him for that. If I look back at Joe's legacy with the Angels, that will be it. He unleashed Shohei Ohtani on the world.
But did a move need to be made?
I thought a move needed to be made.
Yes. When you've lost 12 games in a row and you're starting to see your season slip away, and I'm not going to say, but I wasn't part of the decision-making, but when you saw what happened in South Philadelphia last week, a change is made. Ironically, the Phillies come out of the gate, they win 3 games in a row, and it looks like they turned things back around. Temporarily, yes, but if I'm an Angels fan right now, you touched on it. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about, okay, we were looking at all the different playoff scenarios. Okay, there's going to be 2 teams out of the West. It's going to be Astros and the Angels. There's going to be 3, maybe 4 teams out of the East. And the AL Central, there's only going to be 1. All of a sudden, this wild card fiasco has been blown up because we had given the Angels one of those spots 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They were lapping them. They were 6 games ahead of the Red Sox, the White Sox, the Guardians, all the teams that think they're in it. They weren't in it 12 days ago, but they're in it now. And the Angels have let everybody back into the pack. They have. It's so disappointing because when you get off to a start and you get to 10 games over 500 and then you fall to 2 games under 500, I mean, I can't imagine what it must feel like in that clubhouse because in a matter of 2 weeks, you look at yourself and you're like, wow, we got off to a really good start. We put ourselves in a good spot to go on a road trip, and if we have a tough road trip, an 8-day road trip where we go 3-5, okay, we've bought some equity. They just handed all that in. All of the do-overs and, hey, I want a mulligan, they've used them up.
His first 2 years of management with the Devil Rays, they were a disaster. Those were losing seasons. These past 3 with the Angels, losing seasons. Those are 5 of the 6 losing seasons of his 17 years as a manager.
This is the most talented of the teams, though. I mean, when you have Ohtani, Trout, Rendon, Walsh,
they're becoming a star.
And Syndergaard has bounced back. Their bullpen, something had to be done. And I love Joe Maddon.
I love him, too.
The other thing that happens is money. The finances of this club mean expectation, right? I mean, when he took over the Angels, they weren't quite the pockets that they're spending now. When he was with the Devil Rays, clearly it was never a payroll issue. The Cubs, the same thing happened in Chicago. They got to a point where all those players were starting to make money. Money changes the dynamic and the expectation.
Oh, and I think Joe would tell you the
No doubt.
expectation was high. Joe Maddon, when he was with the Rays, was an analytically driven, outside-the-box thinking guy, kind of a trailblazing manager. And he was one of the first. He gave an interview to The Athletic where he said this, and this is coming from Joe Maddon today. Quote, on analytics and advanced analytics, it's been kind of difficult overall. I'm into analytics, but not to the point where everybody wants to shove it down your throat. Real baseball people have felt somewhat impacted by all of this. You're unable to just go to the ballpark and have some fun and play baseball. It's too much controlled by front offices these days. That's coming from Joe Maddon, the Mad Hatter. It gets me to thinking, he's in his upper 60s now. Did we just watch I believe, a Hall of Fame managerial career come to an end? Will he ever manage again? He said, in The Athletic, he said he wants to manage again. Will he ever manage?
It'll come down will the front offices allow him to have that opportunity again. I think you got to have a strong personality, a proven character, like Joe Maddon. Joe built his managerial career on analytic numbers. Taking the guess, the challenge, this is what it's telling me to do. I'm taking my gut out of it, and I'm going to go with some numbers. He did that, and he won doing it. And it has got to the point, Greg, where there's way too much input. We can dissect numbers like crazy. It's a game of humans. We always hear that all the time. But here's what I'm seeing happening as an observer, as a former ball player. Okay? Numbers are not foreign, but numbers will wear you out if you continue to think about it and worry about them so much. And what I'm seeing nowadays is you got too many guys that are showing up at the park at 1 o'clock. They're at 1 o'clock. I got another meeting. I got this meeting. I got that meeting. They're way overthinking the game of baseball. Way overthinking. And so when you start to overthink, we've heard paralysis by analysis, right? That is what's happening every day. We have so many players that are not enjoying life. They are stuck in this baseball circle. And I'm telling you right now, and Dan, you can probably echo it. If you are in that baseball loop and you don't get out and take a breath,
you're in a hamster wheel.
You're going to die playing this game, because 3 for 10 means I failed 7 times. And if I'm worried about my failures so much and not enjoying my success, I'm drowning in that. And that's what numbers do to you. You sit there and go, I got to figure out how to get out of these other 7.
And all these guys have the answer for you.
And when they're taking away those things that I don't care if I hit the ball hard, I'm out. Every player will tell you that. Don't give me the, hey, you hit that ball hard, keep swinging, your hard hit rate, great. That's fantastic for front offices. But I'm 0 for 12. Tell Mike Trout right now, who's 1 for his last 30, that you hit the ball hard last night, Mike. I watched you. Good job. That doesn't get it done. So I think we're overthinking the game a little bit too much. Guys are showing up way too early. They have no life outside of baseball. And that's hard to deal with.